What's going on YouTube? Cloverbells here, back with another Scarlet Violet video, and we're gonna be kicking off our collaboration series where I invite a player onto the channel with me, and today we've got the one and only SableyeVGC. Ryan, would you like to say hello to our viewers and tell us a little bit about your VGC background?
Hello everybody, my name is Ryan, or many of you might know me as Sableye on the line. I'm a Canadian VGC player. I've been playing for about 7 years now. I'm old. But this is the team I used to get second at the Vancouver Regional Championships, and thank you for having me on. I appreciate it.
Absolutely, absolutely. Yes, we've got Canada's newest finest on the channel today. No shade at our good old friend Neil. He'll come onto the channel at some point again. But for those who are new to the channel and who have joined me since Scarlet Violet, basically in Sword and Shield, I used to do this where I would invite a player onto the channel and they would come on and we would pilot the team together. So this way it keeps the action authentic and the decisions that are made are actually done by the creator rather than me trying to bang my head and trying to figure out how the team works. So hopefully Ryan can help us out with that. So without any further ado, ladies and gentlemen, we're going to go ahead and go into the rank ladder. We're going to play some games and showcase this really cool CORVIKNIGHT team that Ryan used to get second place. So let's just go ahead and get on straight onto it. All right, we've got I think that's the Wolf Glick Marcus team, right, Ryan?
Looks awfully close to it. If it's
Yes.
not the Wolf Glick Marcus team, it'll be super close to it.
Yes. So what are you thinking here? Just seeing the Iron Jugulis.
Honestly, Jugulis is not something I really have much of a game plan into. I know for sure it's going to involve Iron Bundle in some regard. Probably need to keep Gothitelle in check as well. So like, I want to say something like Flutter and even almost Great Tusk, I want to say. But like, this is weird, right? Because it really depends on what item is on this Iron Hands. And without a way to know that, it's really tough if I'm safe to really lead Fluttermane or not. I think you can safely go Fluttermane Arcanine though. That kind of gets us out of more scenarios than not.
Okay.
Bundle for sure in the back. I want to bring Corv, but Corv is such a tough mon to use in like a best of one when you don't know their items and such. I think I need Great Tusk for hands. Yeah. Otherwise we just get decimated there. So yeah, go Great Tusk. We should be able to pilot out of this, I think.
Yeah, I definitely think we do need the Tusk just for that matchup specifically. And this would have been the same four I would have brought. I don't know if I would have brought in the same order, but we're gonna try our absolute best. Yep. So depending on what he leads, I think it's gonna right off the bat the Jugulis and their Great Tusk. So he's got potential Earthquake plays and maybe Tailwind stuff. So what are you thinking here?
I'm thinking that I should have let Iron Bundle Fluttermane, and I have no clue what his plan was, but...
Alright, well, we have the...
Fine, that should be speed.
Yeah, and now he will be faster than us.
Okay, so we've got the Intimidate down, so Fluttermane can actually take anything it really wants to here. Okay. So I'm inclined to almost just click Dazzling Gleam.
Okay. Force a Terra.
And...
in the back there. Maybe Gholdengo, who knows?
I'm like so close to just clicking Flare Blitz into Great Tusk and just saying, actually Flare Blitz Iron Jugulis. Let's see if we can take it down.
Okay, is this an offensive Arcanine? I think it was just Jolly, right? Okay.
It's Jolly, but if they don't Terra or if they Terra Steel, Dazzling Gleam plus Flare Blitz should pick it off. So
well, we are going to see the Terra here, and it is going to be, in fact, it's Terra Ground, so he's going for Glory, Ryan.
If he headlong rushes into Fluttermane here, this is really scary, actually.
Alright, and there is the Tailwind. Okay. Yep. This is probably straight up Earthquake.
I hope it's Earthquake. If it's Earthquake, we're alive, because they're -1. This isn't a problem.
Okay. Alright, as long as we don't get crit here, we should be okay.
Yeah, we should be fine. Yeah. Yep.
Alright. Oh, it's Life Orb. Oh, wow.
It was a Life Orb? Oh, no.
Ryan, did you
that's
for
fine, though, honestly. Because now we get massive damage off with the Specs Gleam, and
yes,
then Flare Blitz probably just does a good chunk. Flare Blitz finishes.
Yes, it does. Alright, 1 for 1 here. If he gets a switch, so do we. What are we going into?
We don't switch. We don't switch. We're alive.
We are? Oh, yeah, that's right. We had
Yeah,
the berry pop.
great.
That's right. I remember.
Yeah, it would have been better had we got bundle on the board. That would have been beautiful.
Absolutely. I'm so used to using safety goggles. I forgot that
Yep.
citrus is a thing here. All right, we are. Speaking of bundle, here it is. He has the tailwind. Yep.
What do we have in the back again? We have Great Tusk and
Our own bundle.
bundle of our own. Okay. It's definitely protect Arcanine. Basically, my game plan here is I'm just trying to stagger the pieces pretty much, so that we don't lose too many things too quickly.
Right.
And I think it's gonna have to be sack Flutter main, because as long as we keep our sash on Great Tusk, we can beat what's presumably an Iron Hands in the back. So realistically, just click Dazzling Gleam again and then just protect Arc.
Yeah, and this is also what I sometimes seldomly do. Like when you want, oh, he clicks protect there. You want them to kill this piece, but not kill the other piece, right? So you protect one slot for get that free switch in that you need, but not lose everything all at once, right? And here's another earthquake. Yeah, so
that's exactly it. And he's also gonna get tipped down by earthquake, by life orb, I should say, and we'll get a little bit out of this. It's not a great position because we've got to find our way out of tailwind.
Yeah. Now remember, he does, and I was just gonna say that he does have that tailwind. So even if it is a speed tie, we're gonna lose it because of that. So.
Okay, so what we bring in here depends entirely on if we think they're gonna die to another tick of life orb. Because if they're gonna die to another tick of life orb, we go into Great Tusk, we click protect, we let the Great Tusk die, and then we have our bundle that can come in later, protect, outspeed their non-booster bundle, click Icy Wind, close combat, kill their bundle, and then piece the endgame together that way. However, if they're not in range of dying to another life orb chip, it gets really, really annoying.
Well, I have no way to know. Let's just say yes because I have 10 seconds.
I think you go Great Tusk. I still think it's the better play.
Okay, and we'll take a look at that HP in a second and see if it was in range. I think it'll live at 1.
I think we have no choice, though. I think we still protect Great Tusk.
Okay.
Every time.
Yep.
And I'm assuming it's going to be something along the lines of, like, Sash bundle here. So we can do one of two things. We can say we don't care. We're going to say we can live with something with bundle and hard switch Arcanine out into bundle in order to take the earthquake plus the probably what's presumably an icy wind of some sort. But I think it's best case scenario to just sacrifice Arcanine and try to flare blitz into bundle.
Okay. And he can't protect it again. Oh, what the? Okay. All right.
If this is a freeze dry or an icy wind, this is a really good turn for us.
Yes. If he does do that, then we're in a good spot. If he hydro pumps, oh well. Encore. Okay. Yeah, oh yeah, that's right. He has that. Okay. Well, we protected.
That's fine. This is still actually okay. So their only real win con is to double the Great Tusk now.
Okay.
So the question is, do we let Great Tusk get encored, or do we expect them to get aggressive and double up the Great Tusk for a kill? Because if they're gonna double Great Tusk for a kill, then we're scared and we can't really bring in bundle, because then Arcanine's locked for the rest of the game. Imagine if we would have just swapped in bundle last turn, though. Would have been crazy.
I'll let you make the call.
I think we go in, switch out Great Tusk to preserve the sash and sack bundle, and then just protect with Arcanine because you kind of have to.
Okay, I'll do that. And he probably understands that too, right? But we'll see.
Yeah.
You never know. So
it really just comes down to if he gets greedy, because we just protected, right? So if he tries to encore again, we're still not in a terrible spot.
Okay, we'll see. Oh, it's a shiny Iron Bundle.
Yeah.
Alright, so we'll get the speed boost here from the Cork Drive because we have the energy booster, and this is his last turn of Tailwind, so let's see what he does. We protect the Arcanine. I know he knows that that's going to happen.
Yeah.
So does he double it? And it is just an Icy Wind, so this definitely looks like a double up here. Right.
But if it's an Earthquake, they're taking themselves out.
That's true. Which
And as long as it's not a close combat, we're actually alive.
Okay, and it is a Headlong Rush.
We should live this.
Yeah, he is intimidated. Ooh, 7 health, Ryan.
Yep. Hey, it's a survival.
Yeah.
It is a survival.
All right.
And it does live on 1, right?
Yes, I believe it did. Did I see that right? Yep.
Yeah.
Okay.
Okay, so now here's the issue.
No more Tailwind.
We're actually slower than their Iron Bundle guaranteed right now.
Oh, yeah?
Because of the way the -1 works after the booster
Oh, yeah,
energy.
that's right. That's why
We get rounded down to 205, not 206.
Okay.
So this is really annoying. This is where not having E-Speed really hurts.
That's why I like it in Series 3.
Yeah. I think we have to somehow find a way to... I think you go for another YOLO Protect on Arcanine and actually switch Bundle out. Back in the Great Tusk.
I don't know if I'm going to get this off in time, but I'm going to try. And here's the YOLO Protect, as you said.
Yeah.
Right.
It's basically we need to get to a spot where we can go Icy Wind into close combat. So we basically just need to somehow have Great Tusk survive this turn. I don't think it's going to happen, but we'll see. Okay?
Alright, we got the YOLO Protect.
The really only question is, do we survive the turn?
Oh.
That's huge. Because
Okay.
we're guaranteed to survive the turn now. Now, do they Icy Wind or do they just freeze? That's perfect.
Yeah, he does retry, so we're fine now. Technically,
That
on
was
the Great Tusk. Everything's low, Ryan.
Everything's low, but it's okay. We still don't know that their last Pokemon is. Okay, so we See, I want to protect Great Tusk and just Flare Blitz bundle. But my problem with that is if they're smart enough to Encore our Arcanine, we're in no better of a position than we are right now. But I think it's our only opportunity here. So we protect Great Tusk.
Okay.
And I think we attempt to click Flare Blitz in the bundle here.
Okay. We're gonna do it. We're gonna see if this pays off here. And if it
We
does,
need our Arcanine to die.
okay. This is where I really like E-Speed, man.
Yeah, I know.
Okay, he does.
Okay, so this...
Could this?
Here's the thing, though.
Okay.
Here's the thing. Because now we're actually in a position where... Yep. If they're either clicking Earthquake or they're clicking Headlong into kill Arc, that's fine. Okay. So now all we have to do is win a speed tie.
That's all it comes down to, ladies and gentlemen. Just win a speed tie.
I know. Actually, if they have Gothitelle in the back, we lose anyways, actually.
Oh, no. Let's find out. Gothitelle in the back? Yeah, I can see it.
I'm
it's
kind of
Iron Hands.
disappointed they clicked Icy Wind, because if they didn't click Icy Wind, they actually don't lose Great Tusk, and we're fine.
I think it's Iron Hands, but we'll see. Alright, here's the bundle.
Iron Hands is also just as bad, probably.
Okay. Oh, it's Gholdengo.
Hold up a second.
He's timid? I don't know. I don't know what Wolf was, but we'll see.
Okay, so here's the thing. Great Tusk is faster.
Okay.
The problem is we have to call if their Iron Bundle protects or not. Or if their Gholdengo just simply decides to click Protect. We can win this game. If we get Icy Wind plus Terra Ground Earthquake off, it probably picks up.
Okay.
We also have to. It also relies on us winning speed ties.
Okay, we have to do it because we have 10 seconds.
I think you just Icy Wind, Terra Ground, Earthquake, and pray for the best.
Okay.
And then Icy Wind, yeah.
I think I did it.
I think we got it off. Oh, they still have Terra too. Never mind, this game's over.
No, that's me.
Oh, that's you. Never mind. We're okay. We're okay. I take that back.
He already
might
terrored his
be
Great
okay.
Tusk. Yeah, he already terrored his Great Tusk. Yeah.
That's right. That's right.
This
If
is
they
it.
protect, we just cost ourselves the game because we could have doubled the.
Oh,
No,
okay.
we lost the speed time.
Oh, well, yeah.
We tried.
Yes. If we won that speed time, woo, I think that would have just got him. But now we die.
I think we win if we get the speed tie. It really just comes down to how much EQ does to bundle.
Yeah. But now he just clicks Make It Rain, right? Okay.
Yeah, now it's over because the Gholdengo's still alive.
Yeah, for sure.
I'm just trying to see where we could have won that.
Just
But, like-
maybe just protect and then just Icy Wind. And then
Yeah.
Yeah.
That's fair. No, we just protected though, so we would have had to get
That's
a double.
true. Yeah, that's harder. That's okay. Alright, this is every single hard Trick Room tee that you see. It's like, you know, Choice Scarf. Maybe it's Choice Scarf Annihilate with Final Gambit, but yeah.
Are we ready to cry? Because this is one of the matchups we cry in.
Oh, shoot.
It's not... Okay, let me rephrase that. It's not that bad. What makes this that bad is no heats. Because I don't know if they're Scarf Ape. We don't know if they're Covert Cloak. We don't know if they're Weakness Policy. We don't know if they're Life Orb. It's just...
Okay, I'm gonna tell you this. It's gonna be Charcoal, Torkoal, Life Orb, Hatterene, Twisted Spoon, the Armarouge, and Assault Vest Kingambit.
Okay, so it's in that case it's Arcanine Grey Tusk.
Okay.
And the question is, do we want to have our Flutter main, or do we opt to want to go Corviknight? Because we probably want Kingambit just to force them to hit, just change their expanding force mode, right? Because if we let them freely launch expanding forces, it's not going to be good. So I do think Kingambit needs to come.
Does have to come.
And then the question is, do we want Corviknight or Flutter main? Neither can protect, but Corviknight can always have the added benefit of Terra Dragoning out of the fire move. However, Terra Dragon in front of Hatterene doesn't make sense. I think I want Flutter.
Yeah.
Maybe I'm crazy. I don't know. It's just so tough without knowing what's on the other side.
I'm just gonna say that's just a standard Trick Room squad. I've seen that kind of build everywhere.
Yeah, that's what they want you to think, though. And
Right,
next thing you know,
course.
it's gonna be some crazy. It's gonna be some
Bulk up.
crazy tech. Like
Indeedee.
I played Terra Fairy Talonflame the other day. I'm like,
Oh,
why?
no. Okay, this could even be bulk up. Who knows? Or
This-
Final Gambit. Maybe Trick Room Final Gambit. That's what I'm thinking.
This is bad. But if it's Final Gambit, it's not so bad.
Oh shoot.
You know? It really just comes down to, is it trying to get a Final Gambit off onto us?
Alright, there's a Psychic Seeds, we knew that. Alright.
If they're not gonna...
This is tough.
This is so annoying. I think it's Protect Arcanine.
Okay.
And I want to make the crazy play of swapping Tusk into Flutter main to hard call a Final Gambit. But at the same time, that's just really bad if they do literally anything else.
Oh man. Let me think about this. Cause he's got an do you really Final Gambit the Great Tusk? Maybe you do. I don't know. Let's try.
I don't think you do, but just do it. Just bring in Flutter.
Yeah.
Go for it. We're committed at this point. There's 5 seconds left.
Exactly. Alright, here we go. Swap you. Go here. If this is bulk up, oh man, we are not winning.
If this clicks bulk up, we just cry.
Yeah. Let's see it. Show me the bulk up.
Show me Final Gambit. Final Gambit's the best play possible. And okay, this is really good now for us because we don't care about Indeedee anymore. So we can freely launch a Dazzling Gleam.
Okay.
Because it can't pick up a KO. And the question is, what do we want to do with Arcanine? We know it's probably going to be Scarf Ape. So do we want to save Arcanine here, or do we just want to click Snarl? I think Snarl is probably the best case scenario. Or alternatively, you can hard switch into Kingambit. In fact, I actually almost like that better.
Yeah, me too. Because like, if he does click that thing, sure, but then like, okay.
And you just Gleam to get the consistent damage out.
Yeah, if he switches to Torkoal, no, he does not. All right, here we go. So here comes the Kingambit, and the what's that thing? The Annihilape is almost like a sitting goose here. So there's a Follow Me. That's sure. I think it might live now. Does it live?
But if he lives, he's clicking Final Gambit with 2 HP.
That's true. Okay.
Yeah.
All right. And
Cool
there is
Final
a
Gambit, bro.
right? Yeah. There it is.
Cool Final Gambit. Yeah. Beautiful. Okay. Not out of the woods yet because this
Torkoal.
probably comes in Torkoal.
Yeah. What's our Terran Flutter main?
Grass.
Oh man.
This is Terra Kingambit though, and swap into Arc.
Okay. Yeah, that's what I was thinking as well. All right. Oh, thanks for boosting my special attack.
Yeah. Unfortunately, we're not going to be capable of using that.
Yeah. So what would you like to do with this slot? You're tearing it?
Definitely Terra Flying. It's really a question of, I think getting damage onto Torkoal is of good value. Just
Okay.
to weaken the eruptions and maybe keep Arcanine on the field a little bit for an extra turn sort of thing. So I'm just assurancing Torkoal for the chip damage. It's nothing too crazy, and then I'm swapping into Arc.
Yeah. And if he clicks Follow Me, then we pick up the Indeedee. So something
That's
like
exactly
that.
it.
Yeah.
Actually, Indeedee might survive because Assurance doesn't have the greatest base power unless it's doubled, but
Well.
I think it's better for us the longer Indeedee's on the field.
Okay. Check it out here. So we get an Intimidate. Of course, not going to do anything because these are 2 special attackers. And it turns out that yeah, exactly. He's going for the Terrifier Charcoal Eruption, Ryan. Do we live
Yeah,
in?
there's nothing we can do here. We've got to just sit here and eat these hits somehow.
All right. Did you count for it?
I'll live. Terra Flying, we should survive this. I'd be shook if we die. Like, it's gonna do a lot of damage, but unless there's specs, we should be safe to live from this range.
Alright, I hope so. Ryan says we live, ladies and gentlemen. If
You're gonna make me look like a liar. Don't make me look like a liar.
Listen, if we don't live, you owe us $1 Canadian. There's the eruption. Alright, $1 Canadian is on the line, folks. Survey says Kingambit does live. We give him a US dollar. Alright, so we get some citrus berry recovery, which is nice. We get some insurance chip.
Concerned about what Indeedee's going for at this point.
Okay, a little bit of chip.
A little bit of chip, nothing crazy, and it's a gleam. We should live that too, yeah.
Okay, we do.
Okay. So now we make the play of... We have two options here. We can say we don't need Kingambit anymore because what, there's 2 turns left of Trick Room, I think?
Yes.
Yeah, so we can say we don't need Kingambit here. Or we can say we don't necessarily need Flutter Mane here. I think...
Hatterene in the back.
Yeah, I think we keep Kingambit, and I think we throw away Flutter Mane. So we switch Flutter Mane in here, and I'm protecting Arc just to stagger the KOs.
Yeah, and then we can also stall maybe a potential turn of the Trick Room here, because then there's going to be 1 more turn left. So let's see what happens. Alright. Swapping here, preserving the Kingambit, going into the Flutter Mane. We're preserving our Sucker Punch, of course.
I'm setting up for Terra Ground Earthquake plus Flying Gambit endgame, by the way.
Okay. Alright. Oh,
so
yes,
we're gonna...
hand. Okay.
Yeah.
Ooh. Alright, we're
that's fine. We're going to protect here. Next turn, we're going to bring in Great Tusk. We'll protect the Great Tusk and just click Snarl if they give it to us.
Yep.
And then if we lose Arcanine, we come back into Arcane Gambit. And Great Tusk with a Sash should win this endgame once we get out of room. It's just a matter of getting to that spot.
Alright, Flutter Mane, you did your best. Sacrificial.
That's what it's here for, sadly. And if we somehow get out of Trick Room, Flutter Mane can go crazy afterwards. But it did its job. That's all we needed.
Yes. So as he said, we're gonna protect this turn. What the? Okay.
Oh no.
Glitch? What? Why?
I think we win that though.
I mean, I'll take it, but why?
that might just honestly be like a legitimate DC, you know, like no, I don't think there's any ill intent behind that one.
Oh, I would imagine, yes. All right, well, folks, we'll take the free dub. We're gonna move on to the next game. That is I forgot what that thing. Dragalge, Ryan. You calc for that?
I'm gonna be honest with you. I am not familiar with my Dragalge calcs, but I am familiar with the fact that Headlong Rush should just decimate it.
Alright, he also has a snow team running around here, so expect some double blizzard spam.
This is one of those ones I really wish I knew what the Iron Bundle was, like what item it was, because if it's Booster Energy, I'm content to lead one way, but if it's not Booster Energy, I can't really, like if it's Focus Sash, I can't really afford to lead Flutter Mane.
Okay. Could be... Yeah, I would imagine it's Booster and it's bulky.
I would guess Booster as well. I actually think you leave Flutter Mane into this.
Okay.
Pretty safely because it stops fake outs. They don't actually have a way to set Trick Room for Dragalge, which I think is really weird. I don't hate Arcanine. My only concern with Arcanine is then we're really playing the are they gonna click Hydro Pump on turn 1? Let's go Flutter Gambit. We haven't led Flutter Gambit yet. I actually think there's potential there.
Okay.
Arc in the back to switch into the to the Hail. And I definitely like Great Tusk for the Dragalge. They're Great Tusk. No bundle's a bit shaky, but I think this is the game plan we're gonna play without knowing what they have. So
what is the thought process of leading with the Kingambit here?
The thought process of leading Kingambit is basically if they lead Hail, it's basically I can sit on the field and just take massive damage in front of it. I know they'll get the defense boost because of the snow, but it's not enough of a defense boost to a spot where Kingambit is threatened, really. Or we could just get this position.
Or we just get Defiant, yeah. Alright, so we're going to be +1 Kingambit. We have a Flutter Mane on the field against a Fighting type and a Fire type. What are you thinking here?
This is a weird one because I'm almost tempted to say let's just forget about the fact that we're +1, immediately switch in Arcanine.
Right.
which I really like, and just get some damage off this way. We could do it with a Gleam or a Shadow Ball, but honestly, probably Moonblast is just most consistent, just big damage into hands.
Yeah, because I feel like he wants to fake out and double the Kingambit for that reason.
I agree. Even if it's just a Drain Punch, Arcanine comes in and tanks that super well.
Yeah. Alright, so Kingambit, sorry. You had your boost. You're not going to do anything with it. Arcanine? Yep.
Kingambit did its job, right? It forces them now to target that slot. And
exactly. It gave us
kind of what it does.
Yeah, it gave us what we call created some space. Yeah, see, there's the fake out. And this is 100% Flare Blitz, right? Alright.
Either a Flare Blitz or a Will-O-Wisp or something crazy. Yeah, that's good damage.
Solve this. Yep. And special attack drop. Oh, T-Wave, Special Arcanine.
Special Arc.
Oh, don't burn us. Okay, good. Well.
That's a little annoying, I'll be honest with you. Just because it's a little more annoying for the Great Tusk. We can't just safely kind of sit in front of it anymore.
Well, can Moonblast something. Does he
I think we can almost... What's in the back again behind the Iron Hands?
So he's got... That's a Dragalge.
Okay, so we just Moonblast hands again.
Yeah.
And I think we just Snarl to kind of just keep ourselves on the field a little longer.
Yeah, this is my guess. If he wants to switch... Oh, he stays in. Alright, he's going to give us the Iron Hands.
Which sets up Kingambit super well for the end game now.
Alright, and we have the faster Arcanine, so here's a Snarl. Alright. And it looks like it... Oh! Well, they have Snarl too.
I'm not going to complain about that. That's a pretty solid start, I think.
Absolutely. We'll take a KO and, we keep everything. But Flutter is neutered a little bit. There is the Great Tusk, by the way.
That is fine.
Okay.
I see zero reason not to click Flare Blitz, Moonblast into Great Tusk right here.
Okay. Yes, Protect? Oh, well.
Yeah, but what's Arcanine going to do?
Not much.
Right? That's kind of the way I like to look at this, is that right now, Arcanine, not a threat. Great Tusk, however, could become a threat. So we'll just ignore the Arcanine for a little bit, and they could Terra, I guess, but I don't think it's enough to really do anything for them.
Let's see it. Is it Steel? It's Ground. Okay.
Ground.
Yeah, they're all
like -1, but like we're still Specs Moonblast. This is still gonna hurt.
Yeah, and the Assault Vest was on the Iron Hands, right? So this should just kill if we go.
It'll be super.
Oh, he's scarfed.
Oh, they're scarfed.
Okay. Well. Okay, we forgot about that item.
Once again, though, like, how do we call that? Like, you know what I mean? This is what I mean when I say the team's not really built for this. Because, like, what are we supposed to do in that scenario? We can't make that call. I still think we're okay, interestingly enough. Kingambit comes in, obviously, in Great Tusk.
Yeah, because we know he can't protect now.
That's exactly it.
Yeah.
Well, it's Terra flying now, and then we completely wall it out.
Yep. Alright. And this is exactly what we're doing. Alright, what move do you want?
Here's the thing. I think you go Iron Head.
Okay.
Just for consistent damage into the Tusk.
Okay.
And I think you commit to Headlong Rush into Arcanine. Hope we're faster for the kill.
Ooh, okay.
Because if we can knock that off the field, Kingambit versus whatever they have in the back should be fine. And great.
Yeah, we had the faster Arcanine, right? So as long as this Tusk outspeeds this, then we're okay.
Right. Arcanine, it was either a speed tie or we were faster. If it was a speed tie, they could still be faster. If we were just faster with our Arcanine, then we're either speed tying with the Tusk Arcanine interaction, or we're just going to be faster. They also have the added benefit of just earthquaking themselves here.
Yeah, I just noticed that. Like, wait a minute, you're just... Because he's Scarf, right? Okay.
He killed himself, yeah, that's GG.
That's... Yeah, see, this is also sometimes the problem with Scarf. Alright, here we go. Great Tusk.
I wish we would have assurance now, I'll be honest with you, but...
Yeah.
I didn't think they were just going to give us the Arc... Like, they were going to take their own Arcanine.
Okay.
Yeah, assurance gets that KO, probably. But it's also in Sucker Punch range, so I'm not really concerned about it.
There's the Dragalge.
It's
very slow.
This is Sucker Punch, Great Tusk, Headlong Rush, Dragalge, I think. I don't see a real reason not to.
Sure. Alright. Could do that.
There's literally there's literally zero reason there.
There you go, Ryan. We got that dub.
We'll take it. We'll take it. Not bad.
Hey, as long as we know we can beat Dragalge, that's all that matters.
Well, that's the important part.
Iron Moth Flutter Mane shenanigans. You ready for the acid spray spam, Ryan?
Yes and no. It's really one of those ones where we kind of now are gonna have to call the lead and see how we want to play this, because normally I like leading Kingambit into acid spray stuff, okay, but I'm not leading Kingambit into Iron Hands Armarouge. Like, it's just not gonna happen. I think we actually go Corviknight. I do believe this is a Corviknight game.
All right, it's time for the Corviknight. Ryan says, "You're not scared of the fire damage?"
No, I can always tear ground. I think Corviknight might be in the back though. Let me give me a second here. I gotta reevaluate this because it's gonna be, once again, it still has to call the lead. But we can either go Great Tusk Arcanine or Great Tusk Corviknight. So I like going Great Tusk Arcanine sometimes because they don't expect me to just safely click Earthquake in front of, like, beside my own Arcanine, and I'll swap into
Corviknight.
into Corviknight and just Earthquake and drop the Armarouge immediately turn 1. So I think we play to that line.
Okay.
This gives us the added benefit of Intimidates as well. And I think I'm inclined for Bundle, I think.
Okay.
Yeah, no Flutter here. Flutter doesn't come here, I don't think. It's Bundle.
Oh, yeah, for sure. All right. We'll give it a go here. I feel like he has to bring the Iron Hands anyway, just for the fact that we have a Kingambit and we have a Corviknight and we have our own bundle. So. And
that's exactly it. Corviknight on this team, and I talk about this in my report, it's like, it's one of those ones where it's good. It's a good Pokemon, but it also is kind of a little bit of bait as well, right? Like, if you start targeting Corviknight, all of a sudden, hey, hold up a second, you got to reevaluate, right? So,
I've used Corviknight plenty in Series 1 and Series 2. I like it a lot. And we do get Intimidate off on that Iron Hand, so that's a plus.
This is, I think it's just a Protect on Great Tusk here. I don't really want to get faked out. I'm not in that business right now.
Okay.
I would almost say just attempt to drop a Wisp, honestly, or a Snarl. Snarl's also valid.
Yeah, get a little bit of damage.
Yeah, it's a question of what are we trying to be concerned of, but I like Snarl here. They're already at -1 with the hands, so it's not too big of a deal.
Yeah, there's the fake out. All right, and this is an Energy Ball. Ooh, all right, all right.
Yeah. And this is, I believe this is just Terra Ground EQ and swap in Corv.
All right, you heard it, folks. We have the value of the Terra, and we're gonna swap into our Flying type so that way we don't smash our own Fire type. Let's see.
Like our last one.
Yeah. All right, so we're gonna swap the Arcanine here. Yep. And does he swap his own Iron Hands? We're gonna find out. All right. He was willing to stay in and take and assume that we would get knocked out with the Energy Ball, which I don't think we would. But it is an Iron Moth. It is very high special attack, but he does stay in, Ryan.
Did we see booster energy, or is there still a chance that this thing is focus sack?
I did not. Well, we're not gonna find out this turn, but
we're not gonna find out this turn. That's fine.
Yeah. All right. So here's the EQ. Is this picking up, Ryan?
No.
Okay.
It'll be really close. It really depends on if they actually have investment. But if they're like max speed, then yeah, it might. But I would be inclined to say it's missing the KO.
It does miss the KO. All right.
Very, very, very. Oh, what the?
Oh. Right. He says, I wanted to EQ your own Arcanine.
Okay.
Wow. All right.
This is now a call we have to make. This has become a 50-50. Okay. And I'm going to be honest, it's not a 50-50. I really am trying to play. It's definitely, we attempt to get a Tailwind up here. I don't think Corviknight dies to a Heat Wave. So I think we just simply click Protect Tailwind.
Ooh. Because he wants to Energy Ball Great Tusk. Maybe, but we'll see.
It's more a question of, are they going to overheat Corviknight, or are they going to Energy Ball Great Tusk? We could make the play, like a neutral play, and just say they're going to... You know what? Just click Earthquake. Go back and click Earthquake.
Yeah, that's what I'm thinking too. Like, let's make the mid-ground play, and then let's try and Tailwind. So he's got to pick one. Right? He's got to pick one.
And that's exactly it. I just don't know if I necessarily want to lose. Okay, good.
Oh, that's fine.
But Corviknight lives, though. That's the thing, right? We could have just protected and not taken damage, but this is still perfectly fine. We actually clear the board a little bit better this way.
That's great, because we'll pick up, I believe 2 KOs here. Oh, that
It
is
is sash. It is sash.
And it was a crit.
We got the tailwind up, so it doesn't matter.
That's true. Yeah, so we'll take that. We'll take it to the bank any day of the week. A free, well, not really a free tailwind, but a tailwind.
Free enough.
Yes, free enough. I would imagine
Corviknight did exactly what it needed to do. That's what matters.
Yes. And now what comes in? Let's see.
I would have guessed like a Flutter main or a bundle from their end if they have it.
It's his Trick Room stuff, right? I would imagine.
Oh, that's right. That's right. They don't.
Yeah, there's the Armarouge. And did he Terra? I don't.
He has not Terra.
Okay, this could be grass.
So I think we just make a pretty safe play of EQ.
Okay.
And oh, this is actually annoying.
Wide guard, right? Maybe. I don't know.
I want to call the Terra. This is really tough because I wanted Terra. I want to just Brave Bird into the Terra Grass, right? But I can't do that if they click Wide Guard. So is there a safe play? I think it's just Earthquake. I still think we just say, okay, you know what? If they're gonna click Wide Guard, they click Wide Guard. Just click Earthquake, Brave Bird.
Okay.
And Brave Bird, the Moth.
Oh, okay.
Because if this way, if they Wide Guard, they get nothing. Yeah.
Okay, yeah, he did have Wide Guard. We did call that. So now we get a free kill into the Iron Moth at the very least. So now that we know that he has Wide Guard, now it's just Armarouge plus something else. Maybe Indeedee. Who knows? Alright. And all the animations are gone. We do get off a Brave Bird, which is nice. Alright, Corviknight doing some work. Alright, now, Ryan, we have to also make the read like, oh, he's not gonna click it again, is he?
Oh, trust me, I'm well aware of this read that's about to happen. I don't know position. Like, we're in a fine position, but... Oh, it's bundle, too. Okay. It was not booster energy, by the way, right? That didn't proc a booster. I'm not crazy?
It did not proc a booster.
Okay, so in that case, is it something like Covert Cloak? I think that's the only item realistically
because it's not
left
Sash,
for
right?
it.
The Sash was on the Moth.
Yeah. I think... This is so annoying.
Returns of Tailwind. What do you think?
Is it...
It's gonna be close.
The problem is I don't want to close combat into Terra Ghost.
I know.
I think you protect... I think we protect Great Tusk and pivot Corv out into Arcanine.
Ooh, alright. Interestingly enough. Let's do it. And what is the reasoning here?
My reasoning here is that I'm a little scared of Terra Ghost or a Protect from the bundle and then just losing our Great Tusk. So this actually gives us a spot where now we're going to have Arcanine. If they don't click Tailwind, so if they don't click Trick Room, we're in a spot where both of our pieces are just faster than bundle in the next turn.
Here's the Terra.
And we can pick it up that way. And if they try to click Trick Room and like Protect, well then we're in a spot where we can still maneuver out of this Terra Ghost. Oh, well, we could have just clicked Close Combat! What's going on?
Ryan, you overread it. Well,
I was looking like a genius there for a little bit.
For a second. This is Wide Guard again, is it? Oh, it's Icy Wind. Ooh.
They really just said, you know what? I respect that because they were saying they can Trick Room and then get like a Mirror Armor, but I don't think they're Trick Rooming if they were going to Icy Wind, right? Like, I guess they wanted me to Mirror Armor them. Yeah, this is an E-Force. I'm okay with this.
Yeah, we're gonna get into our berry here. Okay, one more Tail of Tailwind, Ryan.
Okay, so this is a free Close Combat in the bundle.
Okay. Hope he doesn't protect.
Actually, hold up.
Yeah, but this is tricky.
This is...
You got one turn to tail. We could have won last turn.
Yeah, we could have won last turn. I didn't think they would... What do we have? What's our last one again?
We have Corviknight and Iron Bundle, our own Iron Bundle.
So this is Headlong Rush, the Armarouge,
Okay.
and Flare Blitz the bundle.
Okay. Yeah, because he can't commit the Terra anymore onto that thing. All right, okay, there's another Icy Wind. All right, Arcanine dodged.
Why is it Scarf Bundle?
It's Scarf Bundle.
It's legitimately Scarf Bundle. I think we're still okay though, but like...
Alright, we just have to live. Alright,
as long as Flare picks up the KO, we're fine.
It does pick up the KO. Okay, we're good.
Why is it Scarf Bundle?
Ryan, it's Japanese. You can't question it.
No, I'm questioning it. I'm sorry.
Ryan, it's Saturday night. He's probably he just wants to have some fun. All right, we do lose the Arcanine anyway, but we got
That
some
is
homies
perfectly fine though. I'm okay in this scenario, I think.
Yeah. All right, because we still have our own bundle, right? And we have booster energy stuff. All right, and we have a Corviknight. Okay, what's the play here?
The play is we click the pray button.
Yes. The Hydro Pump,
I
right?
don't like. I'm trying to quickly run over a scenario to a spot where we don't have to just rely on Hydro Pump here. But I legitimately think the answer is just click Hydro Pump.
Yeah, like just have no fear. Like keep it simple.
I don't
here.
like Hydro Pump, Brave Bird, and hope we hit. Like I don't see a scenario in which that's not the play.
Neither do I. Pray. All right, this is it, Ryan. If we miss, the Clover luck was not on our side.
If we miss, I'm boxing this Iron Bundle for the rest of its career. It's just done. It's never coming back.
Well,
brother.
Well, we got the content, folks. We missed the Hydro Pump. Well,
oh, hold on. They're tossing.
That reduces his defense. Right, we got a
They're
shot.
tossing.
He's giving up. He crit the Corviknight.
They're tossing. See what I mean? This is what I said when Corviknight was bait. They were so scared of Corviknight, they forgot to say that Iron Bundle can just win this.
Ryan, we got a second chance here.
Bundle, buddy. Bundle. Bundle, buddy.
This is it. Here it is. Okay, we got him. Thank God.
Do not be focus banned. Thank goodness.
No. What a way to cap off 3 battles there, folks. All right. Well done. Well done. That was great.
That was an adventure, that's for sure.
All right, folks. So those were some entertaining battles here, and we once again we're thanking Ryan for joining us on the channel. It's been a while since we had a guest to kick off our collaboration series. Once again, we did this in Sword and Shield, but Ryan, thanks again for joining us, and the team was great. We had a lot of fun. Now, what was the building process like? Just putting it all together.
So, early Series 2, I ran a Iron Hands team in Orlando, and I'm like, I really don't like seeing Flutter mains. So I'm like, you know what? I want to try something with Flutter main, and Kingambit is one of my favorite Pokemon from the Gen 9, and I'm like, you know what? These two actually have some really nice synergy together, and I basically committed. So basically, right after Orlando, I said, I'm going to make Flutter Gambit work, and I've been building it ever since. So the concept here, though, is that Iron Bundle, Arcanine, and Great Tusk are just really, really solid pieces for the core, because you get the Intimidates beside the Choice Specs Flutter main, therefore you don't need to really worry about not having Protect as much. Iron Bundle just allows you to run a little bit of a slower Flutter main, so you can just Icy Wind things and then your Flutter main's faster. Obviously, Icy Wind into Assurance is a really, really clutch tech as well. And then Great Tusk just cleans up the things you can't kill with those 4, right?
Exactly.
And then Corviknight is a thing. Like 2 weeks before, I think it was a week before. Yeah, it was a week before Vancouver, and I am at a loss. Like I know the first 5 are correct. I had Dragonite here for the longest time, and it just wasn't pulling its weight because I had to commit the Terra to get flying type coverage. And once I was Terraing Dragonite, I was losing out on so much value where I can Terra almost any other thing on my team to actually gain value. Right? So I was like, I really needed something that could get flying coverage off without necessarily needing to Terra. So I ended up jumping in call with Olivia, a fellow Canadian, who ran a similar core back in Knoxville. And we just started throwing stuff at a dartboard until something stuck, and we somehow ended up on Corviknight. It seemed to fit the bill perfectly. So basically, it's flying coverage without needing to Terra. It gives us nice little passive Tailwind to help with some speed control battles. And it just kind of forces hands all together. It's basically like I can switch into Flutter Mane, I can switch into Bundle now. I get an added bonus of switching into an Icy Wind for the Mirror Armor strats if I really wanted to. And it just really completed the team here. Really comes to like 1.5 matchups, but it does the job well. So that's kind of how we ended up with these 6.
Nice. And again, it's a really, really good 6. And I do understand the Dragonite in there. Like, I feel like it does It can do well, but I understand the story. But did Aerial Ace Dragonite not come up?
It came up, yes, but I didn't like the base power of it. Like, I
Hmm.
feel like if I was gonna go Aerial Ace, I needed to commit to Choice Band, and the passive player in myself can't have a Specs Mon and a Banded Mon on the same team. Like, I mean, I could probably play it for maybe like a set if I was playing in like a league, but like to bring it to a 9-round regional just is not my play style. It was never gonna happen, so I needed to find an alternative option there.
I see, I see. All right. Well, we did find that option in the Corviknight, and it was good enough of an option to get you second place. But now, Ryan, let's talk about the EV spreads here. So let's start with the Fluttermane over there. What's the idea there?
Yeah, so the Fluttermane is basically I'm committing to calcing for my speed stat here. My Fluttermane hits 181, which is I believe ends up speed tying Nails' Fluttermane as well. So that's something there. But it's basically for outspeeding the Lycanrocs when sand is over. That was kind of what I wanted with that.
Okay.
So 204 hits that. 4 special defense is just whatever was left over, because for sake. 116 special attack is specifically
bump.
for, funnily enough, the matchup I played in top 8, which was Zachary Thornburg's team, with an icy wind into Terra Grass Energy Ball calc into the Tatsugiri, so that we could make sure that would get the knockout.
Ooh.
And then the rest is just dumped into defense
I see.
for a generalized bulk, pretty much. There was a few calcs in there for the exact working, but I don't remember them exactly.
That's okay. And the Kingambit spread there, is there anything specific behind the 60 special defense, or is that just like leftover? Because I think that 220 attack, that's for like maybe Fluttermane Sucker Punch stuff, or was there something else going on
220
there?
attack. So for the longest time, I was running 196 attack because that's where the stat jump is.
Yep.
But leading up to the regional, I was getting really tired of clicking Iron Head and then having Sucker Punch miss the Iron Bundle afterwards. Like, I wanted Iron Head plus Sucker Punch to be able to pick up bundles, or at least a lot more commonly than what I was getting.
Okay.
So I jumped it up to 220, and I was like, yeah, okay, that works. It's now a 93% chance for the Iron Head Sucker Punch to kill on the 4 special defense bundles. So it's like, it feels really nice. If I'm gonna miss a 7%, it is what it is. And then the 60 special defense I've had since the beginning of the format. It just makes the Assault Vest feel like it does a little bit more work. I don't remember exactly the calcs for it, but it feels a little bit nicer than just dumping it all into HP.
Hey, whatever works, right? It's just all leftovers. You get the calc. I tell people that all the time. You get the calc that you want, and once you have it, whatever's left just goes into bulk, right?
For sure.
And then we got Cheddar here, the Arcanine, and 196 speed. Okay, what's it?
196 speed. This is the speed. Once again, this is what we hit with this spread. This was to outpace the Great Tusk.
Mm-hmm.
Unfortunately, you cannot hit 153 or whatever the 1 point faster than Great Tusk is, because that's exactly where the jump is. So either way, you have to commit to the 196. So that was for the Great Tusk, because being faster than Great Tusk and clicking Will-O-Wisp is phenomenal.
Yep.
And then the special defense and the HP were dumped in so that we could live an expanding force from a life orb Armarouge, eat our citrus berry, get a snarl off, and then live another expanding force from the -1 Armarouge. Now, it turns out after the event that this spread is actually not optimal, and there's better ways for me to be capable of doing this and then survive Great Tusk's Headlong Rush 100% of the time as well. I don't remember that exact spread right now, because once again, I kind of just stopped playing Series 2 for now. Didn't really bother actually optimizing it, but basically, long story short, Arcanine spread is not optimal, but it did do the job that we needed it to do. So, and then every attack was just left over.
Hey, that's totally fine. And just for the sake of record, when we do, for those wondering, if you just max your HP on your Arcanine and put about 84 defense into that, then you will live the -1 Adamant Great Tusk Earthquake. I mean, Headlong Rush. So for that matter, that's okay. Ryan was not going for that calc anyway. But now onto the Corviknight.
Yeah. Great Tusk isn't that big of a problem for our team anyways. We have a Fluttermane, an Iron Bundle, a Corviknight, even Kingambit just to break a Sash and Terra Flying can completely wall it out, right? So
yeah, exactly. All right. Now, the Corviknight here, apparently the star of the show.
Yeah. Star of the show, MVB, as the Canada chat was calling it for a little bit. But obviously the Iron Bundle there is just 252 go burr. Nothing too crazy. But Corviknight, realistically speaking, I went for 60 speed I was like, okay, in Tailwind, if I can outpace Roaring Moon, that's kind of something. Nothing too crazy there. So this will hit 95 times 2, puts me at 190 to outpace the Roaring Moons that hit 188. The special defense and the defense and the HP, the defenses there were to make favorable lives from Shadow Ball like Flutter Mane and close combat from Great Tusk. Just try to make things a 3-shot as best as I could. And then attack was just kind of left over. I also wanted to make sure that like +1 Brave Birds were picking up Flutter Manes as often as possible if they had no bulk into them. It was really just a lot of leftover stuff. Not an optimal spread, by the way. I actually knew this one going into the event. I realized on the Friday night after Team Lock that my Corviknight was unoptimal. If you go bold, you can actually hit the same stats that I'm hitting I believe it's like you get 2 extra points to put somewhere. So definitely not optimal there, but it definitely didn't cost me any sets, which is really, really nice.
Yeah, that's the thing sometimes when you're doing these EVs, right? You want to count for like, oh, I get an extra % off, but then it just doesn't come into play sometimes, right? But yeah, really, really good elaborate spreads. You got the calcs that you needed to do, even though some were, as you said, quote unquote suboptimal. That's still okay. But yeah, it was overall a really, really nice squad. Ryan, thanks again for joining us. And is there any like shout outs you want to give for anyone for the sake of the video?
Honestly, I gave most of the shoutouts on my side of the channel, but honestly, if anybody who had input on this team, there's too much to name, honestly, but 3 big ones are probably Underused Apple, Solchuk, and Timbits, or aka Olivia. Just all 3 of them were really huge on building these 6 and getting these 6 to be the final 6. So huge shoutouts to them, and of course, also want to give a shout out to Devin for just keeping my head up all tournament. Like the mental game, I feel like is something that isn't talked about enough in Pokemon, and having that one person at the event sometimes just keeping your head level and making sure that like you're not getting down on yourself throughout the entire event is absolutely massive. Yeah. So huge shout out to Devin for that.
And I always tell people all the time, the secret to either winning or top cutting a regional is you gotta have a friend group, man, because the friend group helps a ton, right? And let me ask you this, Ryan. Let's say you didn't have any of those people that you were gonna thank. Do you think you would have got second place with just going in by yourself?
Not a chance. Now, I don't want to say that it's impossible to do things without a friend group, because obviously there are people that just have a really strong mental game on their own that can really it just clicks for them, right? They can kind of just look at a team, say, yes, this is going to work, and they know how to pilot it, right? So I don't want to just say it's like out of the question to win without like a friend group or anything like that, but I definitely think having the friend group was a huge reason why I was able to get second place at the event.
Exactly, right. And I get where you're coming from, but like even if you just consider like former world champions, like even like Wolfie, right? Wolfie, I'm sure he plans with other people like Aaron Trailer and those guys all the time. So yeah, even a world champion gets some help, and it just goes a long way when you have that key group, even as good as anyone may be. I just always like, I never put it past it. Like what really matters is the friends you meet along the way, right? As the old slogan, the cliche.
Friends are OP though, like seriously. Having like a strong friend group, and I think, honestly speaking, just a friend group that like you build with well, sort of thing. Like the synergy amongst the friend group is really, really good. Cause like I'm like a really defensive sort of balanced player. If I was in a friend group with a bunch of hyper offense players, it's probably not going to work out that great, right? But finding that friend group that has that similar style to you and can actually generate the similar ideas, kind of have like the same wavelength, is really, really valuable. Really tough to compete with.
For sure. A good lesson for you watching, folks. Now, lastly, Ryan, where can the viewers find you?
I am pretty much SableyeVGC across all media. So that's YouTube, Twitch, Twitter. I mean, I have an Instagram. I don't use it. I have a Twitch. I don't use it. Sorry, not a Twitch. What is it? TikTok is the other one there. Yeah. Basically, SableyeVGC everywhere. If you're looking for me, that's where you can find me.
Excellent. And again, you can also find the team report on Ryan's channel. And speaking of his channel, you're closing in on 1,000 subs, right? 950 plus.
I was at 9:59, I think, when we started this video. So
All right, all right. Hopefully we can send some of our guys and get you there to that beautiful 1K. I remember when that happened for us. It was a very
I
nice
appreciate
moment.
the love.
Absolutely. All right, Ryan, thanks again for joining us. And folks, we'll be back with another video in the next one, guys. Peace out and have a good night.